Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Howdy, welcome back. Let's get this verdict going right now. And I got something else I want to... That's crazy. Oh, that's not the one I wanted. Okay, so I got something else I want to go over with y'all too. Has nothing to do with anything like this. It's actually more fun. So here we go, and let's see what's happening.
Both sides to kind of make their pitch to the, or they went into deliberations today, and really the prosecution kind of had a big task. They had to.
Okay, I don't want to hear those people. No, come on. You got an all rise yet in here? Oh, there you go.
Or a closing argument, I should say, if you want to.
Shut up, Jabroni.
Take a listen.
Let's actually go to the courtroom now live. The judge has taken his seat.
We're back on the record, and the appearances are as they were previously. Is there anything from the state before we have the jury join us?
No.
Anything from the defense?
No, we don't.
No.
Randy, if you would.
There we go.
The jury is entering the courtroom. We will hear their verdict momentarily now. 8 counts against Chandler Halderson.
This is a live picture from the courtroom. You can see the defendant seated. Next to him is his attorney. Next to Chandler are his attorneys, defense attorneys, Crystal Vera and Catherine Dorrell. And then
Come on.
nearest to you on the screen there is one of the prosecutors. That's William Brown.
On delay.
So everybody is seated, waiting for the jury to get seated, and then the judge will be handed the verdict from the 12 jurors who deliberated this case.
The jury reads the verdicts?
James, the jury got the case just after noon today, so they deliberated just over 2 hours.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people maybe anticipated really quick.
Okay, you gotta stop talking.
The evidence that the state provided in this case, as I mentioned, about 8 days worth of witnesses. And
such a drone. Come on. I mean, these people, they're worse than me. They love hearing themselves talk way too much.
To come up to
Oh, come on, dude.
I can't recall that happening. It looks like the jury is entering right now.
I'm not seeing a judge.
And I guess court watchers would say a quick verdict does not look good for the defendant.
Yeah, I think that's probably fair to say. Clearly, it means the jurors, all 12 of them, especially when there were 8 counts to consider and a lot of jury instructions to go through. It took about a half hour for the judge to read those instructions. There was a lot to talk about, but they reached this verdict fairly quickly.
There were 8 counts.
Right, here we go.
Oh, come on.
6, by all indications, you would be the 4th person. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Sir, did the jury reach verdicts on all counts in this matter?
We did.
Could you please give Randy the folder?
Come on, Randy. I have a friend named Randy. It's a cool name, Randy. That was my favorite South Park character. Come on.
The verdict form on count 1, as signed by the presiding juror and dated today, reads, "We, the jury, find the defendant Chandler M. Halderson guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as to Bart A. Halderson, as charged in count 1 of the amended information. As to the verdict form for count 2, as signed and dated, we, the jury, find the defendant Chandler M. Halderson guilty of providing false information about a missing person as to Bart A. Halderson, as charged in count 2 of the amended information. Verdict form for count 3, as signed and dated, reads, we, the jury, find the defendant Chandler M. Halderson guilty of mutilating a corpse as to Bart A. Halderson, as charged in count 3 of the amended information. Verdict form for count 4, as signed and dated, reads, We, the jury, find the defendant, Chandler M. Halderson, guilty of hiding a corpse as to Bart A.
Oh, wow.
Halderson as charged
That's
in
4.
count 4 of the amended information. The verdict form for count 5, as signed and dated, reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Chandler M. Halderson, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide
Game across
as
the
to
board.
Krista R. Halderson, as charged in count 5 of the amended
Well,
information.
look at the attorney right there.
Form for count 6, as signed and dated by the foreperson, reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Chandler M. Halderson, guilty of providing false information about a missing person as to Krista R. Halderson, as charged in count 6 of the amended information. The verdict form
She's
as to
texting
count
guilty on all
7,
counts.
as signed and dated, reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Chandler M. Halderson, guilty of mutilating a corpse as to Krista R. Halderson, as charged in
Oh, they
count
couldn't
7
find
of the
the
amended
mom.
information. And finally, the verdict form for count 8, as signed and dated, reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Chandler M. Halderson, guilty of hiding a corpse
Wow.
as to Krista R.
All 8
Halderson,
counts.
as charged
Guilty.
in count 8 of the amended
Oh,
information.
dude.
I will note for the record that the jury also returned the 8 verdict forms that read not guilty and that those do not bear any signature or date, as well as returning the jury
That's really thorough
instructions.
stuff there.
Let me
All right.
inquire of you.
Oh, wow. 8 counts, man. 8 counts. All 8. Chandler Halderson. I do not know if he was up for the for death. I don't know if Wisconsin doesn't have a death penalty, do they? So he is now looking the rest of his life in prison because he killed his mom and dad. They brought him into this world. He took him out. So, wow. That is something else. I mean, you know, it seems like it's funny. You remember they were saying beforehand, it's like, well, I would think a quick verdict's got to look good for the defendant. Like, oh, yeah, it absolutely does. No, it did not. I think a long deliberation is better because you're talking about, I mean, they're just so sure. In 2 hours, they said, yeah, the defense presented nothing. Everything the state said was correct. That this innocent man is guilty of these things. I say that because, you know, innocent till proven guilty, which is not a constitutional right. It's a statement. It's a theory, or I've even been in a letter somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's it. So Chandler Bing, whatever, Halderson, he is gone now. That said, earlier, we were talking about something. I want to share this with you. Where'd that go? Yes. All right. Stop screen, and we're going to share screen. And I'm going to take that off. I'm going to go ahead and hit. I forgot to put my focus on. So there we go. All right. Now, we're going to share. There we go. All right. Timothy Oliphant. This came out yesterday. Justified is coming back. So let's get all this crap off the screen. Boom. All right. How's this look over there for y'all? Oh, you can't see it. But that was a crappy share, wasn't it? Share screen. I mean, I just did all this. There we go. Share. Share like. There it is. Finally. I don't understand why that was so weird. Let's see if I do that. Go back over here. It looks a little better. Yeah, it looks a little better. Huh. All right. Anyway. So, Modesto Rays, this is like from the Modesto Bee or whatever it is, you know. News there. I got from Yahoo News. What's his name? Oliphant was born in Hawaii. And which I think is crazy, or like maybe he spent some time in Hawaii. I know that. I think he was born there. But anyway, Hawaii I think is funny because it's like he is so Kentucky lawman and Justified, and everything he does, he just seems very Southern, like lawyer type, like law type, and he has the accent, he has the sway, the demeanor, the slow talking stuff. Everybody from the South talks really slow, except for me. So I apologize. I lost my way somewhere. I am the wayward son of everywhere. Let's see here. I'm trying to figure out. So I got a new microphone deal. I'm playing with it. So I actually have a story about a teacher. Probably, I don't know what happened to him, but dude was he got in trouble with a student. And anyway, so he was playing with his mic once. Literally, like he was on the PA, whatever that is, the microphone they have at school. All right, the sergeant reprising his role as U.S. Marshal Raylan Givens. Now, I'm reading this because earlier, was it Rebecca or Rachel? That was Rebecca. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I didn't remember your name. I'm so sorry. I remember the conversation and everything. I just don't have your name right. I've been very busy, very hard working. The sergeant reprising his role as Raylan Givens in the revival series Justified City Primeval, coming to FX. The limited series is based on the FX story Justified, which starred Oliphant as a cowboy hat-wearing federal lawman who returns to the crime-infested Kentucky Appalachian Mountains where he was born. I should go up to Harlan, Kentucky. That's not far. Like, it is, I think, like an hour and a half, maybe. I don't know. There's no roads there. That's the problem. So, but it's like an hour or so from like Summer Wells up that way. All right, the series ran for 6 seasons on the cable channel before ending in 2015. Along the way, it earned 8 Emmy nominations, including a nod for Oliphant in 2011 for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series. After filming the final season of Justified, Oliphant spoke with the Modesto Bee about what he liked about playing Raylan Givens. He is much cooler than I am, but I imagine he's much cooler than most. It's fun that for 6 years, not a day went by where I didn't show up to work and do something cool. On the contrary, in my life, I feel like not a day goes by where I don't show up and do something stupid. I love Timothy Oliphant. He said in a phone interview in 2015, the new revival based on the Elmore Leonard novel by the same name, is it called? What is it called? City Primeval. I'll have to check that out. Where is Elmore Leonard? I'm going to copy that name. I'm going to go to Amazon when I'm done with this and check that out. Copy. All right. Givens has returned to his work as a U.S. Marshal Officer from Kentucky to Miami 8 years ago, but a new threat sends him to Detroit. An FX Network summary of the storyline reads, Raylan, a walking anachronism? Anachronism? I don't know if I've ever seen that word. It's like anarchy and cronyism or chromosome altogether. I don't know. Balancing his life as U.S. Marshal, part-time father of a 14-year-old girl. His hair is grayer, his hat is dirtier, and the road in front of him is suddenly a lot shorter than the road behind. Boy, that's not a good way to think about life. A chance encounter on a desolate Florida highway sends him to Detroit, where he crosses paths with Clement Marshall, a.k.a. the Oklahoma Wild Man. Oh, come on. You can't think of Oklahoma Wild Man and not think about Joe Exotic. So Timothy Oliphant, Raylan Givens, is going after Joe Exotic in Detroit, a sociopathic desperado who's already slipped through the fingers of Detroit's finest once and aims to do it again. That means he plans on slipping through the fingers. I don't think anybody wants to plan on being around the cops that long. Mansell's lawyer, formidable Motor City native Carolyn Wilder, has every intention of representing her client, even if she finds herself caught in between a cop and a criminal, with her own game afoot as well. These 3 characters set out on a collision course in the classic Elmore Leonard fashion to see who makes it out of the city primeval alive. This will be the Bayer High School graduate's second return to an acclaimed series after it finished its initial run in 2019. The Deadwood movie was released, which saw the actor reprise the role of real-life lawman Seth Bullock. Real-life lawman Seth Bullock. You ever notice that lawmen are never famous, but outlaws are? Gotta love America. Oliphant had played the character in the gritty Western HBO seasons for 3 seasons from 2004 to 2006 before reprising the role for the final film more than a decade later. Since Justified ended, the actor has also kept busy in a number of other high-profile projects. He was a co-lead in the dark comedy Netflix series Santa Clarita Diet. That was an awesome show, and I had no reason to keep Netflix after they pulled it. Drew Barrymore and him were just, God, they were so great together. He joined Fargo. I've not seen Fargo. I've not seen the movie Fargo, and I've not seen the series Fargo. Oliphant also appeared in the second season of the hit Disney Plus space wasn't The Mandalorian. He was awesome in The Mandalorian, and I was really hoping they bring him in and do a show with him, his character. But being that it's a Disney project, they are not going to do something cool like that. So anyway, Justified's coming back. This gave us all this wonderful information. You know what it didn't give us? The win. When is Justified City Primeval coming back? Let's see if we looked it up. Justified City Primeval. Confirmed to return. That was last year. The team behind Return More Wild West drama spinoff. Air dates. It's in development. There you go. That's cool. He carried a 10mm Glock, didn't he? That's cool. 10mm is cool. That makes him cool. Glock is not cool. They don't like Glocks. So anyway, yeah, that's it. So I'm going to cut this Hannibal is guilty on all 8 counts. His defense team, they are sitting at a Applebee's right now, drinking pink-colored drinks, bitching about the system. What's the day tomorrow? Friday? They may take tomorrow off. They should. I think going Saturday is what I would do. Anyway, life of a lawyer. It's wonderful not. There's this as a if you're a lawyer, you're a gunner, you're trying to make it, you're a big firm. There's this between a Friday and a Saturday. Khakis. All right, guys. Love you. Be good. Be good to each other. Come on back. That reminded me of we got to cover that guy, the shirtless guy from Texas that shot the other guy in the alley over a mattress. Man, I've never said a more redneck line in my life than what I just said then. All right, love you guys. Bio Cum Diaz. Am I saying it right? Or is it Hasta Luego? Hasta La Vista. There's too many. You know what I'm saying? And I know none of them. All right.